All right, good evening, everyone. This is the March 4th, 2026 Cottage Grove City Council meeting, which I'm calling to order. Our first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance, so if you'd please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, will our clerk please do the roll?
Councilmember Clausen?
Here.
Councilmember Olson?
Here.
Councilmember Thiede?
Here.
Councilmember Garza? Mayor Bailey?
Here. All right, next on our agenda this evening is open forum. This is the opportunity for anybody who wants to speak on something that's not on tonight's agenda is welcome to do so. We did have a sign-up sheet out in the entry. We did have 2 people that signed up. That's usually how we do it. And so we'll start with them, and then I'll just double check if there's anybody in the audience that would like to speak. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. So we'll start with Peggy Nelson, and she has a topic of ordinance. So if you just state your name and address for the record when you get up there. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Peggy Nelson, and I am here about the submission of a proposal for ordinance to regulate facial coverings by law enforcement in Cottage Grove. I sent this out, to all of you, the council, honorable mayor, and to all of you, and to the police department. So I respectfully submit the attached proposed ordinance of your consideration. The ordinance would regulate the use of facial coverings by law enforcement officers while performing visible, non-undercover duties within the city of Cottage Grove. Its purpose is to support public trust, promote effective communication, and ensure clarity identified during routine law enforcement. The proposed ordinance includes reasonable, practical exceptions for undercover assignments, tactical incidents, situations requiring protective equipment due to hazardous or environmental conditions. The intent is not to criticize local law enforcement, but to reinforce transparency and consistency in visible policy attacks. I respectfully ask the City Council to review the attached proposal to determine whether it may be appropriate for referral to staff or discussion at a future council meeting. I am available to answer questions when additional information is needed. The purpose and findings: the identification and clarification during law enforcement interactions support public trust, community, and confidence. Concealing a facial identity during routine or visible law enforcement duties may create confusion, hinder communication, and reduce transparency. Minnesota Statute 609.735 restricts the identity concealing masks in public places except under limited conditions. Certain opportunities, such as undercover assignments, tactical incidents, or hazardous environments, require special equipment or identified concealed. I'd like to point out that in NPR News, the St. Paul City Council passed this ordinance prohibiting law enforcement from wearing masks. I would really like to see the whole city of Cottage Grove have this. I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Peggy. All right. Next that signed up was Tracy Hamilton, and it's regarding cars driving behind Walmart.
Sorry, I don't have anything written or anything like that. I wasn't expecting as many people, but pleasant surprise. So as you're aware, I live next or behind Walmart, and nothing against Walmart. Walmart's actually been great. The issue has been people from the VFW that frequent it daily numerous times in a day, living in the neighborhood, using the field between Walmart and the VFW to avoid driving on the streets after they've been drinking. They go through that field and drive right next to our house and then get on the street. There used to be barriers because we're in a cul-de-sac and they couldn't drive through, but then those were taken down. So I know we worked with Cottage Grove Police Department, but it's such a quick drive, like, they're not gonna get there in time. So I don't know what can be done, but people walk their dogs and stuff like that, so.
Well, thank you for bringing it to our attention. To be honest with you, I thought this was going a completely different direction.
No, Walmart's been great. I haven't had a problem with
The
Walmart.
barriers were gone. When did those get taken down?
Yeah.
Somebody ripped them down.
I think we can work with.
Yeah, somebody ripped the barriers down, and then, well, the thing is the barriers were down, then the snowplow actually was putting snow there, so now they're kind of like encroaching on our yard, and they literally drive right, I mean, I would never take my car and drive through somebody's yard. And we've tried to talk to them, but they won't, interact, which is fine. I don't really want to. And then, and we've talked to Cottage Grove and they went and talked to them, but it's such a quick drive and it's not just one car. Usually it's like 4 or 5 at a time.
Okay.
So,
Right.
that's it.
No, thank you for letting us know.
Have a good meeting.
Appreciate that. All righty. Now, that was the only people that had signed up for open forum. Was there anybody that happened to walk in that wants to speak during open forum but didn't sign up? Yes, ma'am. If you just want to go up to the podium and just state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Allison Steenberg. I own Boondocks Vintage Boutique. Basically, I am kind of coming to you with a proposal for the Old Cottage Grove Historic District, Lamar Avenue South. So I know that the Tanks Farm will be developed into a bunch of a new development with a lot of new homes, and I believe that they're going to have to put like septic and water, or city water sewer there. I know currently we have a beautiful, we don't have a downtown district of Cottage Grove right now, and there's a huge historic story, I guess, right on Lamar Avenue. I mean, going all the way back to 1840s. And I just think that it could be developed kind of like Afton in a small way. But right now, right next to our building is Angeline, which is owned by the bank but cannot be purchased. I don't want to purchase it by any means, but it cannot turn into anything because it has no water and septic or parking. And so it just sits there. It's beautifully renovated. He put over $1 million into it, but it just sits there empty. And we're obviously having a lot of issues getting people down Lamar Avenue because the sign ordinance is a big problem. And then the fact that there's no reason to drive down that road unless you know we're there. And I just think that it'd be, if we could maybe, with that new water and sewer, maybe get some sort of hookup to some of the businesses down there. We could rival Afton. People go to the state park and then, or the Ravine Park, and then they can go, after they're done on their hikes, they could go either to Afton and get out of their car one time and go to Selma's and have an ice cream cone, and then go to one of the restaurants down there, and then go to Dwell, a nice boutique. But they have to get out of their car one time. For our city, you'd go, after you're done, you either decide to go to Afton, Hastings, Woodbury, Stillwater, and do that. Otherwise, which we're losing a bunch of tax money too, because there's just nothing to get out. You go to a strip mall and you get out and you go to ice cream at Baskin Robbins, good ice cream, not gonna lie. And then, but you get back in your car and then you drive to 70th Street Junction and then you go to TJ Maxx, and it's just not we have a beautiful historical landmarks in our city that I think that we could capitalize on. I don't think it would be real expensive to try to do that or cumbersome. It would just make us have a reason to come down. And with all the new high-end developments that are coming, people are gonna go, sorry, they're gonna go other places.
No,
Thank
you're
you.
good. Thank
I
you.
have this, yeah.
Thank you.
Actually,
You can
hand
bring
it
it
to
up.
me. I'll take it.
Thank you. I just got-
Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
No,
No, no,
thanks,
you're good.
Allison.
Thank you. All right. Was there anybody else that might have missed coming in for open forum? All right. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close open forum, and then council. Next is number 5 is adoption of our agenda.
Move the agenda.
We have a motion by Councilmember Thiede. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Garza. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, so now we're going to go to number 6, which is, we have 3 different presentations this evening. The first one is our annual photo contest, which our communications manager, Phil Jentz, is going to take us through this. And council, why don't you join me down in front, because we're going to be, I think one person's here tonight. We're going to give a little check to, and
Well, thank you, Honorable Mayor, members of the council, everyone in attendance. My name is Phil Jentz, the city's communications manager, and I'm honored and delighted to be here tonight once again to talk about the 2026 City of Cottage Grove Annual Photo Contest. I would be lying if I said that selfishly this wasn't one of my and our communications staff favorite events of the year. Just a great way to engage our community and kind of share in the vibrancy and beauty that our community has to offer through people's really awesome photography. And so this year was no different. It was a lot of fun and a lot of fun to help manage. And the city, promoted this contest through various communications channels, social media, the newsletter, the website, et cetera. And this year, our categories included life in Cottage Grove, animals, lifestyle, and landscape, and then also a best in show category, which of course encapsulates all of the photo submissions that we received, of which we got 86 total photo submissions. So a healthy library of really adorable, beautiful photos from our residents. And so with that, and without further ado, I will move on to our winners. In Life in Cottage Grove is Farm on the Hill by Jean Anderson. I won't bore you by explaining the photo you're looking at, but it's incredible. For the category Animals, Fox on Lamar Avenue by Aaron Spence. I thought I heard that this was taken by a phone, which is pretty wild, but also very impressive, and maybe I'm wrong on that, but still a great photo. For Lifestyle, one of my favorite titles that we got, that wasn't a category, but nevertheless, Baby Rainbow on the Way by Zua Her. I think that's just a very, very awesomely titled photo. And then we have for the category Landscape, Where Summer Lingers by Charlene Swanland. Also amazing and beautiful. And then last and certainly not least, our Best in Show category, Mirror Flight, also by Charlene Swanland. And so again, 86 total photos. City of Cottage Grove staff compiled them, voted on them, and those are your winners for the 2026 annual photo contest. With that, I'll yield back to you, Mayor, for...
all right. So I believe we have one of the individuals. So just so everybody's aware, in the recognition, we present you with a certificate of appreciation with the picture on there of what you took a picture for within the city of Cottage Grove, and then you get a little check that comes with it, which is always kind of nice, right? And so Aaron Spence is here this evening with us. The rest of them I don't believe are, but yeah, come on up. Let's give her a round of applause, please. One part there. So is this something you like to do all the time? Do you go out and just, or this just happened? Because that is cute. That is a cute picture.
And we pulled over and took the photo.
Nice.
So there was 2 little guys, and we actually seen them twice in the same week. And then the second time we pulled over and took the picture, and it was just like staring into our souls.
Did you get it okay, or need a pic?
Well, maybe if we can just get together and we'll do a quick group photo. Right over here. 1, 2, 3. This won't be as good as that photo, but thanks.
There you go. All right.
I have a Samsung Galaxy Note 21.
So it was a photo.
Thank you. Thank you. A round of applause. And just so the public knows too, just one of the things that we do, part of the deal with this photo contest is we take these photos and utilize them in different advertising that we do within the city of Cottage Grove, whether it's economic development. Matter of fact, eventually here we'll show we've got kind of a new backdrop that's on our trade show kit, and a lot of the pictures that are from on that backdrop are actually from residents in Cottage Grove that took amazing pictures of what life is like in Cottage Grove. So thought I'd just mention that to the group there. All right, so the next thing, we're just going to stay down here because the next great thing we have going on, which is B, is the Firefighter Paramedic swearing in ceremony. And I believe our Director of Public Safety is here. We also have Deputy Fire Chief Nick Aragoni. And then I think we also have Fire Chief Pritchard is here. So we'll turn it over to them and get things rolling. And I see a bunch of people out in the way back audience there.
Yeah, so if we can, I think the first thing we'll do is invite anybody that's here to support our firefighters being sworn in tonight. If you can kind of file in and come in and support them. Yeah, you'll line up back there. All right, as we're getting settled, Mayor and Council, thank you for having us tonight. As you know, the fire service is deep-rooted in tradition, and one of those traditions is swearing in of firefighters. Throughout the country, this takes place for various reasons, promotions, appointments, and a probation period. So tonight, what we'd like to do is perform the swearing in of Mike Dandel and Sam Anderson, who have completed paramedic school and have also completed their task book as a paramedic. So for lack of better terms, there are fully functioning firefighter paramedics now, which is fantastic. And then also we would like to swear in Adam Higley as he's nearing the end of his probation period. So Adam will go first. So Adam began his fire service career as a fire explorer with the Roseville Fire Department. He graduated from Mountains View High School and the Opportunities and Emergency Care Program at Spring Lake Park High School in 2020. Earning his EMT, Firefighter 1, and Firefighter 2 certifications, he then began working for the Lake Johanna Fire Department as a firefighter EMT while pursuing his undergraduate degree at the University of St. Thomas. After completing his bachelor's degree in 2024, Adam attended Century College, where he completed his associate's degree in paramedic science. In June 2025, Adam was hired with us as a firefighter paramedic. Since then, joining the fire department, he's been heavily involved in the development of our rope technical rescue capabilities and is currently in community paramedic school. When not on duty, Adam enjoys drumming, DJing, rock climbing, and teaching, anything that keeps him active and engaged. Adam finds deep fulfillment in serving the Cottage Grove community alongside a public safety team committed to excellence on every response. He is grateful for the leadership and crew members who have invested in his personal and professional growth and looks forward to the opportunities to serve that lie ahead. And then after his swearing in, his mother, Erin, will be pinning his badge.
All right, Adam, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Adam R. Higley,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Minnesota,
and of the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of firefighter paramedic
of the position of firefighter paramedic
for the city of Cottage
in
Grove
the city of Cottage Grove,
in the county of Washington,
in the county of Washington,
and state of Minnesota,
State of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Next up will be Sam Anderson. Sam Anderson grew up in Cottage Grove and graduated from Park High School in 2022. Before joining the fire department, Sam was involved in the Cottage Grove Police Explorer program and continues to stay involved as a reserve officer. In 2022, Sam was offered a part-time firefighter position with the Cottage Grove Fire Department. During this time with the fire department, Sam has completed numerous state certifications and training programs to further develop his skills in fire and EMS. Last year, Sam had the privilege of being hired as a full-time firefighter with the Cottage Grove Fire Department while attending paramedic school through Century College. Sam obtained his paramedic certification last year and has since been working as a firefighter paramedic. Sam has a strong interest in public education. He does a lot of our teaching CPR, our bleeding control, and fire safety. And then outside of work, Sam enjoys playing video games, building Warhammer models, and playing tabletop games with friends. After his swearing in, his mother, Tessa, will be pinning him.
All right, Sam, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Samuel M. Anderson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Minnesota,
and of the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of firefighter paramedic
of the position of firefighter paramedic
for the city of Cottage Grove
for the city of Cottage Grove
in the county of Washington
in the county of Washington
and state of Minnesota
and state of Minnesota
to the best of my judgment and ability,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Mr. Mike Dandel. Mike and his family moved from St. Paul to Cottage Grove in 1995, where Mike graduated from Park High School in 2000. On May 13th, 2002, Mike officially began his time with the Cottage Grove Fire Department as a paid-on-call firefighter. For 22 years as a paid-on-call firefighter, Mike obtained his EMT, nearly every fire certification offered through the state of Minnesota, assisted with training, became a lieutenant, and was honored as being the first two-time firefighter of the year. Done a lot, my friend. Mike takes absolute pride in representing the department out in the community and is usually one of the first to sign up when opportunities become available, which I can confirm. In October 2024, Mike finally got the ultimate honor of being offered a full-time position with the department. He started paramedic school in January 2025 and officially became a paramedic just before Thanksgiving of 2025. Mike has also assisted with training the next generation of firefighters and EMTs as an instructor with Century College. And when he's not working, he enjoys taking his oversized truck out in the mud with friends and family, enjoys watching wild hockey, watching his daughter play volleyball, and collects and displays action figures and merchandise of his favorite WWF wrestler, The Ultimate Warrior. Also can confirm if you ever want to come visit his desk. Mike has done many things in his time in the fire service, but the thing he's most proud of is being called a husband, a dad, a son, a brother, an uncle, and a friend. Unfortunately, Mike's wife, Amanda, is sick tonight, so hopefully she's watching at home. So after the swearing in, his daughter, Brazia, will be pinning him.
All right, Mike. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I state your name. I, Michael J. Danner, do solemnly swear
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Minnesota,
and of the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of firefighter paramedic
of the position of firefighter paramedic
for the city of Cottage
for
Grove
the city of Cottage Grove
in the county of
in the
Washington
county of Washington,
and state of
and the
Minnesota
state of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and
to
ability,
the best of my judgment and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right, so we got medics here.
Sam, you ready? Someone else.
You're good.
Great job.
Picture?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Bring them on.
Some of you guys can come on down. You know, probably put your arm
Yeah. Whoever wants to come down and get in, or just stay back there and whatever you want to do. Figure it out.
Come on, Wes, straight up.
Michael. Yeah.
Right up here if we could. I can't get everyone, it's not gonna happen.
All right, as they're leaving, why don't we give them another round of applause?
See you later.
Yeah.
See ya. See ya. See you later, guys.
Pretty amazing. We had some of our former firefighters, the current firefighters. Hey, you. Hey, you. How's it going? Yeah, there you go.
I didn't even recognize Wally.
We're just going to let them kind of work their way out, Pete, and then we'll
Yeah.
get started.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to item C, which is the Woolery Scholarship Fund check presentation. And our Director of Public Safety, Pete Kerner, is going to take this, or kick us off, I should say. And I do know that we have Mr. Woolery is here this evening, along with his wife, Katie. And then the Public Safety Board is also here this evening. So let's get you up here. Katie, you don't want to come up with? He might need help holding that arm up. Public Safety Board, we want you up too. Yep, and any other, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, right in the front row. No, you're good.
Barb.
You got both.
Barb, we'll get a picture. Barb. We'll get a picture, Barb. Get up there. You're a member?
Yeah, come on, Barb.
Yeah, Barb.
All right, kick it over to you.
Yeah, I'll kick it off. Thanks. Yeah. So, I just have a couple slides that I wanted to cover tonight. First, just kind of highlighting all the great things that our Public Safety Board does for our public safety team and our community. And then after that, obviously, a few words from the Lions Club as well. And then Justin and Kim, they also help
with the scholarship fund. So with that, I just, real quick though, the Public Safety Board is a 501c3 organization. It's made up of citizen volunteers from various backgrounds. We do have a liaison from both the police and fire department, Ryan Pierre from police and fire right now. I think it's more John Pritchard hits most of the meetings. So just kind of as a plug for them, if anyone ever wants to get involved, looking to volunteer. They do meet once a month and they do a variety of fundraising events throughout the year. So their mission is to provide financial support for equipment, training, and programs to enhance safety and to provide crime prevention, safety information to citizens. Our finance director, they're our finance director's best friends every time we have a donation, so thank you. They get really involved in the community through different events. They're at parades, they're at our Strawberry Fest. They sponsor things with Night to Night. Over the years, they've sponsored Safety Camp. They're always at our police and fire open houses, and most recently, again, at the Hero Center open houses and the community showcase. So they're out there, out and about. Funding opportunities, sometimes they'll get just a grant, but most of the time it's just blood, sweat, and tears going out there, getting doing fundraising, getting donations. I don't know if one of them will bring up later, but they just started a raffle that I think they just kicked off too. But one of their members is really into the plushies and all the different patches and everything, and they also started selling challenge coins. So they're looking for a lot of unique ways to raise money. A lot of money that they have donated both to the Police Department Fitness Center and most recently the Fire Fitness Center. The portable speed signs you see around town, they've donated those. They donated the message board that we have. Most recently, they cut a check for about just over $20,000 for our newest K-9 to pay for a lot of the equipment, squad setups and everything. And now they're really doing a lot more with the technology too. Most recently, they donated a state-of-the-art drone to us, and that was upwards of over $10,000. So, and of course, the Craig Woolery Scholarship. So, with that, just have a couple slides about the scholarship. I'm not going to read it all to you. Councilmember Olson, I don't want to steal his thunder, and I mean, I've heard he likes to talk a little bit, so. But the application is on the Cottage Grove, the city webpage. If you click just on the Public Safety Board, we have a link to everything. And then I think with the amount of money they've been raising, they used to just do one, and now you have a few I think they'll be looking for. So all of that is on our website, and with that, I'll turn it over to Councilmember Olson first.
Thank you. Thank you, Pete. Thank you to the Cottage Grove Public Safety Board and Cottage Grove Lions Club for being here this evening, along with the City Council, and of course, most importantly, Craig Woolery and his wonderful wife, Katie, for being here this evening. For those who may not be aware, the Craig Woolery Scholarship is intended to support young people in our community who want to go into a career in public service as a firefighter, an EMT, or a police officer. We have been grateful over the years to have had many worthy recipients, some of whom are now in their full-time careers, which is very rewarding. The scholarship was started, I think, 7 years ago, because Craig has been retired for what, 8 years now? Is that right? Boy, the time flies when you're having fun. Sure does. Yep, and he's still the most handsome police officer in the history of the city of Cottage Grove. If anybody asks, that hands down. Just take my word for it. But, you know, Craig is one of those people who, when he retired as our public safety director, he walked away from, you know, a long, very honorable career of service with the city of Cottage Grove. And he served in a variety of capacities, not just as a police officer, but also as a paramedic. He also served as a commander on the SWAT team for more than 10 years, 15 or so, is that right? 11, okay, it was a long time. Commander on the SWAT team, trained a lot of the current SWAT officers who are serving on the SWAT team. He was a bike officer, so he got to ride his bike around town and hand out, you know, the trading cards to the kids and things. He was a DARE officer. And I tell this story a lot, but one of the things that impressed me most about Craig is when he became the public safety director after a career in law enforcement, he actually went to firefighter school. He put himself into firefighter school because he said, you know, I'm going to have to supervise firefighters. I better know what it's like to be a firefighter. And having just this past summer with Councilmember Garza and the mayor spent a day doing firefighter-related activities, I can tell you that is not for the faint of heart. That was, I took a nice long nap after that for sure. So gave me a little extra appreciation for what Craig did. The Woolery Scholarship is intended to reward those who exemplify the very best in those who want to serve their communities. And it's appropriate that our Cottage Grove Lions, to my left, also partner with us on this scholarship, because the motto of Lions is "We serve." And there is no greater service to your community than being a part of the public safety team. It's a very rewarding way of going through your career, but it also comes with lots of challenges, whether it's being away from your family, being on call all the time, et cetera. So it takes a special person to do that, which is why when my wife Kim and I started this scholarship in Craig's name, we wanted it to go to young people who have that passion to actually give back to the community and know what they're getting into. The Public Safety Board has administered this scholarship since its inception, and they do a really good job of taking applications, selecting the candidates, and then following through to make sure that, you know, those candidates are rewarded. So this year, we are able to make a donation of $1,500 as a family to the Woolery Scholarship, and an additional $1,500 on behalf of the Cottage Grove Lions Club for a matching donation totaling $3,000. And we'd like to present that check to Craig and Katie this evening in Craig's honor for this year's Craig Woolery Scholarship. Thank you.
Well, as part of the Sub-Public Safety Board, we are honored to be able to administer this. It's been great, and we've had plenty of applicants. As Pete said, or Justin, they have become officers or fire or EMTs. So we're very proud of that. We unfortunately right now have not had any applications. So I encourage the public, if you are in high school in Cottage Grove, please apply for this. It is well worth it, and you know, we are honored to do it. And it depends on how many we have, is how much goes out. So the minimum is $1,000. So, and I thank Justin and I thank the board, the Lions Club, to donate this money to us.
All right. Craig, any words?
Which hand do I give it to?
Only got one.
Right.
Justin, Kim, you guys have been so generous, and as well as great public servants. Mayor, council, the crime board, and the Lions, oh my gosh. So I know as at times are difficult and you justify for dollars and public safety needs and what the public expects, those funds make a huge difference. And to see that keep coming and see the good use it's being put to just makes me really proud to be a retired old guy. So thank you.
Awesome. All right, let's give everyone a round of applause. And again, I'll make one last plug for applications for this scholarship. Maybe we'll work on some communication through social media and such within the city, just maybe an extra push to make sure we get some applications in there. And I also want to, I'm going to kick it real back. I don't know if Cindy, you want to take it. He was mentioning about a raffle. Do you want to tell everybody? Because that's a fundraiser.
So we try to do several fundraisers during the year to help raise money to support our police department, fire department, and our whole public safety board. We, at this time, are selling raffle tickets. They are $25 a piece. And with that money, we are hoping to raise, to help get more in our account because when we're paying for the dog, we kind of took a little hit, but that's what we're here for. We do that. So if you see any of us around, feel free to grab us for a ticket.
All right, sounds good. So thank you again, Lions, for doing that. Thank you for the members of the Public Safety Board and for all of those out there that are donating to this cause. And again, if you want to donate, I should mention that too, to the Craig Woolery Scholarship Fund, you're welcome to do that. Whether you reach out to one of us on the council, we can get you the right person, or the Public Safety Board will take care of it for you too. All right. Picture? Yeah. Pete, you got to get up here.
Squeeze it in if we can. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks.
Welcome back. No, I can't, just burn. Yeah, that'd have been a long 2 weeks. Good seeing you, Brenda. Hi. See you, Mike.
All right. And believe it or not, we have one more this evening under presentations. And if people can see, I think maybe they can see it, the picture up there, the item D is a proclamation that we're doing for Gary Spooner Day here in Cottage Grove. And I did ask our Councilmember Thiede to read the proclamation, and then we'll look for him to make the motion and the second to accept that for a special recognition on his birthday in about another week.
And also known as Santa
Yes.
to most of the kids in Cottage Grove. The proclamation for March 15, 2026, Gary Spooner Day, whereas the South Washington County Bulletin started in 1958 as the Newport News and was sold in the early 60s as a tabloid. And whereas the Bulletin was actually purchased by Gary Spooner and John Herman in 1970 and was converted into a full newspaper, and they operated the newspaper and opened the Bulletin License Center along 80th Street, which is the current site of Kohl's. And in 1983, Gary Spooner and William Kruger bought out John Herman, and the South Washington County Bulletin continued to serve the Cottage Grove community under the operation of Mr. Spooner until it was bought by the Republican Eagle in 1994. And whereas Gary has been and continues to be an integral part of the Cottage Grove community, he is a charter member of the Cottage Grove chapter of Lions Club, a charter member of the South Washington County Rotary, a founder of the Cottage Grove Chamber of Commerce, served on the Budget Committee for the school district, and much, much more. And whereas Gary Spooner was given the 2025 Historic Preservationist of the Year Award by the Cottage Grove City Council for his work at the Cottage Grove Bulletin, and whereas the celebration for Gary Spooner's 87th birthday is being held on March 15th, 2026. Now, therefore, the mayor and city council of the city of Cottage Grove, county of Washington, state of Minnesota, hereby proclaim March 15th, 2026 as Gary Spooner Day.
All right, sounds great. So
And I would like to make that motion that we proclaim that it's March 15th, 2026 is Gary Spooner Day.
sounds good.
Second.
Oh my goodness, we got everybody seconding on this one. So Council, I think I heard Councilmember Olson. So motion made by Councilmember Thiede, second by Councilmember Olson, though I think we all would definitely second it and first it together. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. And just for the public, you might go, well, what are we doing something at 87? You know, it sounds like I'll call it an odd year that you would do it. Gary is going through some pretty serious health issues right now. And so definitely prayers and such to him and his family. And I, in in consultation with our staff, being that his family is putting together this kind of big party this year, I thought it was only fitting that we recognize him for his many, many years of community spirit, community focus, AKA our Santa here in Cottage Grove, and wish him much success. And I'll be able to present him with the proclamation at his birthday party next week. So thank you, Council, for acknowledging that. All right, next is 7 is consent agenda. Is there anything Council would like to pull on consent?
I'll pull F.
You're going to pull F, Councilmember Thiede, and Councilmember Olson?
E.
You're going to pull E. Was there anything else Council wants to pull? All right, we'll just go backwards, and if that's okay with you, I'll start with Councilmember E, which is Planning Commission appointments. Councilmember Olson.
Thank you very much, Mayor. As you can read here, this item is a recommendation to appoint Brad Madison to the Planning Commission with a term ending on February 29th, 2028, and appoint Commissioner Jessica Fischer to the Planning Commission Chair position through February 28th, 2027. I put these forward with the understanding that our current chair, Evan Frazier, has timed out in his tenure on the Planning Commission, and Evan did just a magnificent job for the entire time he served on the commission and has been our chair for the past several years. Evan is certainly going to be missed, but his departure leaves us with an opening both at the chair position and at a Planning Commission member position. So I would ask for your consideration to appoint Brad Madison to fill that spot and appoint current Commissioner Jessica Fischer to the chair position so that when we convene our Planning Commission meeting here at the end of the month, we're at full strength. With that, I'll turn it back to you, Mayor.
Sounds good. Thank you, Councilmember Olson. And then we'll move to item F, Councilmember Thiede, which is some more appointments for the Historic Preservation Committee.
Yes, we had a couple of openings on the Historic Preservation Commission. So Emily and Max and myself, we talked to a few different people, and we thought that a couple of great additions to that group would be Joseph McDermott and Mary Doheny. And Joseph actually has strong interest in historic preservation of Cottage Grove and interested in historical research and has some property law background, things like that. So he was very energetic when we talked to him. And Mary is actually a retired registered nurse, very involved in the community. She lived in the community for 42 years. She volunteers at the local food shelf and actually serves as a master gardener. So I'd really appreciate your confirmation of having these two people join the Historic Preservation Board.
You got it. Thank you, Councilmember Thiede. So with that, if there's nothing else for poll to comment or on consent, I'll look for a motion to approve consent.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Clausen. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Garza. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. So if you happen to be here for anything that was on tonight's consent calendar on our agenda, all of them have been approved. We'll move to number 8 then, which is approved disbursement. 8A is to pay the bills.
Move the bills.
We have a motion by Councilmember Olson,
Second.
second by Councilmember Garza. Any discussion? Seeing none there, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 9 is public hearings. We have none this evening. 10 is bid awards. We have none this evening. 11 is our regular agenda. We have 2 items on our regular agenda this evening. 11A is the Panera site plan review and conditional use permit. And our planner, Max Erickson, is going to walk us through this. So welcome, Max.
Good evening, Mayor and members of council. CA Commercial Development has applied for a site plan review and conditional use permit to construct a drive-through restaurant which will operate as a Panera Bread. Site is located at 7162 East Point Douglas Road South. Parcel is approximately 1.2 acres. It is east of 80th Street and Highway 61 interchange. The parcel is unique in that it is combined 2 lots of St. Paul Park acre lots, which was originally platted in 1888. The site has previously been used as a fuel station, which was originally approved in the 80s. The old fuel station building on site, it remains on site with signage removed. The fuel canopy and the pumps have been removed, as well as the underground tanks. An environmental study has been conducted for the removal of the fuel tanks, and it is currently under review by the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. The site is zoned mixed-use commercial, and is consistent with the 2040 comp plan. The site is currently surrounded by other mixed-use businesses on the north side of 61. Drive-through restaurants are considered conditional use in the mixed-use zoning district. The applicant proposes to redevelop the entire site. The existing building will be removed and replaced with a 2,600 square foot fast food drive-through restaurant with outdoor seating. As the fuel station was constructed under old code standards, the applicant proposes to construct new stormwater features which align with modern stormwater standards. The applicant proposes to reduce the accesses from 3 to 2 along East Point Douglas Road. The eastern access is proposed to be reduced to 26 feet in width, which meets current code requirements. The eastern access will function as a right-in, right-out access as it currently functions, and the southern access will remain as it functions as a two-way access. The city is expecting to make improvements to 80th Street and East Point Douglas Road adjacent to this property. Construction of this project will align a little bit with that redevelopment of 80th Street and East Point, so coordination between the city and the applicant will be had to ensure efficiency for both projects. General flow of the site will be of a counterclockwise fashion with the drive-through, and the southern parking will remain as a two-way. The applicant proposes to construct a private pedestrian sidewalk, which will connect to the public sidewalk along East Point Douglas. This will slightly encroach into city right-of-way, which will require an encroachment agreement. City code requires this proposal to include 28 parking spaces. The applicant proposes 38, which is a combination of angled and front-end parking. City Code Title 1142 requires drive-throughs to provide a minimum of 6 vehicles for car stacking in the drive-through. The applicant is proposing 8, which will meet its code standards, and all setbacks will meet city code standards. The applicant will meet city code requirements for architecture by providing an exterior primarily made of earth tone brick and glass. Fiber cement panels will accent the proposed brick with a metal trim surrounding the windows as well as an aluminum canopy. All proposed architectural materials will meet city code requirements. The applicant proposes to remove 11 trees. This will not require mitigation per city code requirements. The applicant is proposing to meet all landscaping plantings required, including perimeter plantings around the building. Because of the site limitations and the stormwater requirements of the site, the applicant is proposing to add plantings within the drainage and utility easements in the site. Staff have determined that this has minimal to no impact of current features of these easements, and it is staff have made the applicant aware, and they're understanding that these plantings will be at risk of future removal if city needs to go in and do any work. And it is also the applicant has also been made aware that the property owner will be the responsible party to replace these plantings such at time as any work would occur in these areas. City parking lots greater than 25 spaces require parking lot islands for city code. The applicant has proposed several landscape bump outs throughout the site. This code is to break up large swaths of pavement on large parking areas. Their proposal meets city code requirements. They also plan to landscape the perimeter of the building, including a little bit of a larger area for the drive-through. All proposed landscaping will meet city code requirements. An existing pylon sign remains on site from the fuel station. This sign was legally placed under a prior city code. As pylon signs are no longer acceptable, this sign is considered a legal non-conforming sign. The applicant plans to utilize and modify this existing sign in lieu of a new monument sign to provide good sight lines from Highway 61 as advertisement. Per city code, legal non-conforming signs are allowed to be modified as long as the modifications do not make the sign more non-conforming. The applicant recognizes that this is a legal non-conforming sign and proposes to remove the lower cabinet of the existing sign, reducing overall square footage of signage. The applicant plans to paint the pylon pole black and add the Panera logo on the existing square footage on the top of the sign. All proposed modifications meet city code requirements. The applicant has provided a lighting plan for proposed lighting on the site. Per city code, the applicant has demonstrated that no larger than 1 foot candle of lighting will leave the perimeter of the property line. This proposal will require 3 additional easements to be implemented on site to maintain full maintenance access from the city should the need arise. As a lot was created prior to modern lot requirements, there's no 10-foot drainage and utility easement around the perimeter of the property. There's an existing 10-foot that exists on the north side. So a remaining 10-foot drainage and utility easement will be required for the remainder of the property. This will prevent building encroachments within these areas if the city needs to implement future utility or stormwater features. Current public sidewalk encroaches onto private property and will require an additional easement for the city to maintain full maintenance coverage of this public sidewalk. And lastly, an existing utility easement exists on the southern part of the property. There is a sanitary line that is located outside of this easement. So an additional easement to encompass the required area of the sanitary line is required based on the depth. And with that, I leave the recommendation before you, and the applicant is also present for any questions.
All right, so thank you, Max. Is there any questions for Max from our council? Councilmember Olson?
Thanks, Max. This is the second time I got to see it, and it gets better every time. So good job. Appreciate it. This may be for you, or you may want to phone a friend. The first question I have is with regard to the property behind the facility. That property has historically been poorly maintained, and I know that the bank has often had to interact with the previous tenant asking about removal of branches, and I think there was even a dead tree at some point back there. So my question is this, what can we expect in terms of the landscaping, et cetera, behind the building? I saw the plan for some of the plantings, et cetera, that you shared, but, behind the building, just maintaining that and kind of keeping it clean and visibly appealing, because if you're at the bank going through the drive-through, clearly you see it. And there was even a point in time, I think, where a tree may have fallen into the drive-through area of the bank in the past. Do you have any thoughts on that, or?
Councilmember Olson, Mayor and members of council, the site plan, I could back up to it, does demonstrate that, well, there's a trash enclosure that will push up to that the existing 10-foot DNU. Some of the stormwater basin will cut close to that, so there will be some removal. And I can point to Emily to provide any more comments.
Like I said, always feel free to phone a friend.
Mayor, council, teamwork, always, right? It's important to note that a lot of the existing trees are on the adjacent parcel, Councilmember Olson, that you're referencing, and those will remain. But any existing trees on that northerly property line of the site to be redeveloped will be removed, and that new landscaping will be installed, hopefully eliminating the challenges with some of those maybe dead or dying trees back there.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I did have another question. and that relates to the sign. I know that the intent is to reuse the sign. Is what we saw from the presentation an accurate depiction of what we can expect from that sign, or will there be any dynamic elements to it? In other words, you know, will there be pricing of some sort or a message of some sort that rotates on the sign, or is it just going to simply be the Panera logo?
Councilmember Olson, Mayor and members of council, the submitted sign depiction it will remain static. as
Okay.
is. No, and per city code, no moving, we wouldn't allow for.
That's
much of
why I
the
asked.
moving.
Yeah, perfect, great. And then the last question I had might be for Ryan, and that has to do with, there's a water main that kind of sits in that intersection where East Point intersects right in front of, it used to be the Speedway and now it'll be the Panera. As this construction is being progressed over time, do we have any work that we're going to be doing on that main or any of the pipes underground at that point in time?
Mayor, members of the council, no work with this project on the water main. There is also sanitary sewer that runs on the property, which I think Max mentioned
Yep,
the
he
easement's
did.
being corrected for. Any water main work with East Point Douglas Road would likely occur
When we do
in
the street.
2027. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a delay, but that's typically when we would complete any necessary work. Right now, we're not anticipating any. With the age of that water main and the issues we've had, we're not anticipating any full water main replacement.
Okay, that's really what I was asking about, was based on the age and condition, if that needed to happen. So perfect, thank you. Back to you, Mayor.
All right, Council, yes, Councilmember Garza.
I'm sorry, thank you. When you just mentioned the water main, and it may or may not be an issue or not, but I just remember when it was Speedway, they had a serious issue with some type of sewer, something or other. Is that going to be an issue with Panera?
Mayor,
Every time you walked in the store, it smelled really, really bad.
Mayor, members of the council, I think with the, I'm not directly familiar with that, but that can happen with different issues and older properties. With the way they're reconstructing a new building, it'll meet all new building codes with traps and such, so I wouldn't anticipate any challenges going forward.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else, Council-wise? Would the applicant like to speak on the topic? And again, just state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Sure. It's Mark Wilhoit. I'm VP of Development for CA Commercial Development out of Cincinnati, Ohio, 3805 Edwards, Suite 390. And yeah, I thought all these people were here for our Panera project. So it's like, that's a good thing, but it's great. I mean,
Well, they're going to be there. It's just not the, not with pitchforks.
been to a lot of city council meetings across the country, and I haven't seen this much support for paramedics and fire chief. You know, it's really great to see, and I think that's one of the reasons Panera has wanted to end up in Cottage Grove. They've looked here for 10 years. The VP of real estate was a McDonald's guy, and we ended up running into this site, catching it, and we actually, just a quick update, we did close on it today, so we own it.
Congratulations.
And we're ready to start construction, open it this year. We need to open it in '26, so we're ready to go, and city staff can free up permits, and we're moving on. But no, we're excited here, and if there's any other questions, and I didn't realize, could we make the sign turn around?
Yeah.
Can we do that? No, so it is a static sign, it'll be lit, and that was it was the only deal point that Panera took through their real estate committee, was that the existing sign had to remain. So they actually wanted the bottom half, but through some difficult negotiations with Emily and Max, we ended up compromising and pulling.
challenging.
Yes, we
Yeah, we
pulled
know
that
that.
bottom half off, which I think, again, it's a non-conforming sign, but it's an important sign.
Yeah.
So you can see it from 61, and Panera's embedded in that little area right there. So we're all excited to get this thing going, so appreciate everybody's help.
Well, and I can share with you, when I put little postings out on social media, the excitement for Panera coming. And the question that you already just answered it, by the end of this year, is when will it be open? So in 2026.
It will be, yeah. Sooner the better. So we'll definitely by the end of the year.
Sounds good. Council, any questions for me at all? All right, thank you for the update.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, so with that, Council, Max, thank you for your presentation. We have three, I believe, different motions to be made. Who would like to?
Well, Mayor, I'd like to move that we adopt Resolution 2026-036, approving a site plan review for the construction of a restaurant and associated site improvements to be located at 7162 East Point Douglas Road South.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Didi. Did I hear a second from Councilmember Garza? All right. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number two.
I'll move to adopt Resolution 2026-037, approving a conditional use permit for a restaurant with a drive-up window to be located at 7162 East Point Douglas Road South.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Garza. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Second by Councilmember Clausen. Again, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And finally,
Mayor, I'll move to approve the permanent utility easement encroachment agreement, permanent drainage and utility easement, permanent sidewalk easement, and the stormwater management and facilities agreement with DCJ Cottage Grove LLC.
Second.
all right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Clausen and then seconded by Councilmember Olson. Last chance, any comments? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Looking forward to it.
Welcome to town.
Yes, glad to have you here. Awesome. All right, we'll move to B. B under the same agenda is New Life Church, 11245 Point Douglas Drive South, site plan review. And our Community Development Director, Emily Schmitz, who you met a little bit ago, is back to take us through this one.
Back, Mayor, Council. Yes, New Life Church, I know they've been planning this for quite some time, are working through a site plan review. Their location is located just south on Highway 61, just south of River Oaks Golf Course. It is a unique building down there. If you've ever been down there, you know exactly the one that I'm talking about. It's kind of an octagon shape. It is in the R2 zoning district, so they did secure a conditional use permit for their operation as a place of worship, I think back in 1990. So they've been operating for quite some time and are outgrowing their walls. So they are proposing about a 5,800 square foot addition to their building. As you can see, it's essentially just to the east of their existing building there. It will be lobby space, but mostly focused on creating some additional classroom space for their Sunday and Wednesday youth operations and education opportunities that they do provide. Their site is a little bit larger, I believe about 10 acres, so they are meeting all of those setbacks with their proposed addition. They access directly off of Highway 61. That access will remain for the time being. Obviously, continue to work with MnDOT as needed if they make some adjustments for safety purposes on Highway 61. But as it relates to parking, they do have parking on site to support their existing use plus the additions. They're okay there. They are proposing and showing on their site plans some proof of parking. So those classrooms are going to be utilized just on that Sunday, Wednesday timeframe. But of course, we always want to be proactive. And if at some point, they're interested to expand in some type of education capacity, we want to make sure that we're thinking ahead on that site to allow for those additional parking spaces to be utilized. Given this site is quite a ways outside of our current service area for city utilities, it is served by private septic and well. The applicant is proposing to move their well with this project. The existing well is today is right where they're going to put that building addition, so they'll be moving that well. And then they're also working with Washington County to ensure that they've got a compliant septic system. So I believe they're actually installing a brand new system out there to support not only their existing use, but the expansion as well. We'll want to make sure that we see both of those permits before we do issue them a building permit to start with this building addition activity. There's, excuse me, quite a bit of tree cover on the site. As I mentioned, of course, it's a larger site. They are proposing to remove a minimal amount of trees. Our zoning code does allow for us to evaluate mitigation and removal based off of large tracts of existing trees. And so we're able to navigate that and understand that they will not trigger mitigation with the trees that they're proposing to remove. And then, of course, with all projects, they are proposing a landscape plan that does align with our required landscape standards and maintaining that minimum open space requirement on their site. Given they are proposing to add some additional impervious to the site, with all of our projects, we want to make sure they're meeting those minimum stormwater standards. So they are installing some additional stormwater infrastructure on the site to be able to manage and support that additional runoff. And finally, their architectural materials, we did work with them through ensuring that they were aligning with our standards, meeting that combination of Class 1 and Class 2 materials on their building. So they are proposing some brick that will align as best as it can with the existing building. Obviously, it's a unique structure out there, but they certainly have every intent to make sure that it does flow together. So with that, there are two recommendations before you this evening. Obviously, I'm available, and I know there is a representative from the church who's available as well for some specific questions as needed.
All right, thank you, Emily. First of all, council, any questions? Okay, sounds good. Is the applicant here? Would you like to speak? And again, just your name and address for the record, if you would.
Sure. My name is Dan Torgerson with Station 19 Architects. I live in the great city of Ramsey, so 16934 Camasite Street in Ramsey. I don't really have anything to add. I think Emily hit on everything. The church offers the bread of life through Jesus, unlike Panera, that just offers bread.
I see what you did there.
You have been waiting for that all week. Yeah.
I just thought of it now. I didn't know Panera
Okay.
was going to be here. But
That was good.
Well done.
That's right.
All right. Any questions for the applicant at all? Nope. Looks good. Thank you, sir. Before I go for motion in a second, Emily, one quick question. This is just in general. And it doesn't appear, looking at the picture, you know, as we know, at some point in time, Highway 61 is going to be upgraded and/or added, you know, I want to say frontage roads or whatever. I'm assuming this addition wouldn't be far enough that you would even have to worry about that in the future. Is that correct?
Mayor, council, no. Any adjustments on Highway 61 wouldn't impact this particular addition or vice versa.
That's what I thought. I just want to make sure I brought that up as we see things continue to develop along Highway 61 there. So, okay, thank you. All right, council, so who would like to take number one?
I'll take that. I'll move we adopt Resolution 2026-035 to approving the site plan review for a 5,814 square foot building addition to the existing New Life Church building located at 11245 Point Douglas Drive South.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Clausen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Oh, I got a second down here. So second by Councilmember Olson. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. You want to take number two?
Sure. Mayor and council, I will move to approve, or ask to approve the stormwater management facilities agreement with New Life Community Church.
All right.
second that.
Sounds great. I have a motion by Councilmember Garza, seconded by Councilmember Thiede. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Good luck. Congratulations with the addition. Awesome. All right. Next on our agenda, council, is number 12, which is council comments and requests, and I will start with Councilmember Clausen.
Mayor, I have nothing to add tonight. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. We'll move on to Councilmember Olson.
Thank you, Mayor. One thing that I wanted to mention this evening is we've turned the page into March. Today actually felt like a little bit of touch of spring, which is nice to see. I wanted to remind everybody that March is Women's History Month. It is a national proclamation made every year by Congress and the President. And this month is intended to recognize and honor the contributions of women to society throughout the history of the United States and, of course, in the modern day. We are extremely fortunate in the city of Cottage Grove to have many very accomplished women who serve the community here on our city staff. We also have the honor of being represented by Senators Klobuchar and Smith, Senator Seeberger from the Minnesota State Capitol, our County Commissioner Carla Bigham, and of course, our very own council member Monique Garza. And each and every one of them do a magnificent job representing the community with honor and dignity. And we're grateful for their willingness to serve. To the staff, just know that your contributions are greatly appreciated and duly noted regularly, and we maybe never say thank you enough. But let me take this opportunity to personally thank each and every one of you for what you bring to the table. It's a hard job running a city, especially a growing city, and a city with a city council like ours who's so doggone engaged in day-to-day business that we're constantly asking questions and, you know, at least from a personal perspective, probably being a pain in the backside more often than not. But we're grateful and just wanted to make sure that we acknowledged all that you do this evening, and thank you for their service that you provide our residents. With that, Mayor, back to you.
Thank you, Councilmember Wilson. How about Councilmember Thiede?
All right, well, first I should say there's 106 days to Strawberry Fest, so the countdown is going. But also something that's maybe a little bit of a coincidence, we actually recorded the Grovecast yesterday for this month. And, you know, one of the things that I happened to mention in the Grovecast was that over, you know, multiple times in the past 16 years or more, you know, kind of mentioned it'd be kind of neat to have, you know, Cottage Grove to have a downtown area, and that it'd be kind of neat in Old Cottage Grove to actually find some developers or whatever that could actually develop and make an old Cottage Grove and have some stores there and things like that might be more focused, you know, on, you know, crafts and some more local type of things, you know, country store type deal, a general store type deal and everything. It just kind of, it caught me a little bit with the gal that got up and kind of talked about that prior to our meeting tonight, that, you know, because she's got the business, what's it called?
Boondocks.
Boondocks, that's right. Boondocks down there, and that'd be kind of neat to maybe do some of that. And again, it's all about timing with some of these things. So, you know, it might be interesting to see if there's some way for that to develop.
You know, we have
That'd
the
be kinda
new
neat.
frog farm down there too.
The what?
The new frog farm.
Yep. Frog farm?
Yep, that's exactly right. Go in and check it out. It's pretty cool.
Geez, we should hop right into that one.
Oh,
Ba-bum-bum.
yeah.
Is that it for you?
Okay, that's it for me.
Yes,
That's probably.
Oh, did I say that with
that's-
attitude?
That's
I'm
probably
sorry.
plenty, right?
Thank you, Councilmember Thiede. Councilmember Garza.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I will mention there are a couple of fun events that are happening at the Ice Arena at the end of March. So March 28th, we have the Cottage Grove Easter egg hunt. That will happen at the Ice Arena starting at 9 a.m. And you can register online for that at our local website for the Ice Arena. And it looks like it's $8 for each person to participate, with a lot of prizes and a lot of fun stuff. So if you don't have plans, come out Saturday, March 28th, 9 a.m. to our Cottage Grove Easter egg hunt. Next that we're having at the Ice Arena, the following week, it looks like on April 3rd, they're going to have a miniature golf event at the Ice Arena. Interesting. So that is $42 for a group of 6. So you can have up to 6 people that can participate. And it looks like it'll be a lot of fun. And that's on April 3rd. So
Fantastic,
That's
thank
it.
you. Yeah, they're trying to do a lot of different things with the Ice
Ice
Arena.
Arena is having a lot of fun events.
Yes, it is. All right, so I thought I'd just share a couple quick things for the public. First of all, I want to acknowledge in our audience tonight, we chatted earlier this evening, our McCouncil representative, Bart Jenkins, sat through here. Got to hear all the fun stuff going on in Cottage Grove and public safety and all that. So Mark, we appreciate the community or the communication and such you have with our community. Nothing against our previous representatives, but we get to see you a lot more than we've seen the other ones. So it's nice to see your involvement and constant contact with us. So thank you for that. And then I also wanted to just mention, I know we were talking about Strawberry Fest 106 days away. Beyond that, I don't have the dates down because it's not on my little calendar thing here, but 4th of July fireworks celebration here in Cottage Grove. And for those may or may not realize, this is the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. And there is a plan to have a bigger than normal fireworks
Quite a bit bigger than normal.
at our Kingston Park in Cottage Grove. And so what I've been doing, as the mayor have for many years, is I do reach out to our local businesses and ask them if they'd be willing to help donate to put money towards the 4th of July fireworks celebration in Cottage Grove. And I just want to let you, it was interesting, I think I just put it out or requested or some emails out, I think it was last Sunday. And by Monday evening, I already had 4 businesses reach back out to me, totaling over $25,000. And so I just want to acknowledge already, Renewal by Anderson stepped up immediately, 3M, Tennis Sanitation in a big way, and then North Point Development has already reached out to me pledging money that I'm going to be working with the Lions Club because they're actually the one that put the celebration on. And again, that's just the start, and there's more coming, I know. I'll announce those once I know for sure that that isn't the case. But we want to very much thank them for supporting our community. And then frankly, I would ask you if you see anybody that works for these companies or you happen to cross them or you're going to go in and look at windows at Renewal or whatever, make sure you say thank you. It is so important. They don't have to do this, but they're doing it because they're part of the pride of Cottage Grove, and we do really, really appreciate that.
Mayor, the fireworks will take place on Sunday, the 5th of July at Kingston Park. And the event actually starts at 5 o'clock. That's when we start serving food and doing all those fun things, and then fireworks at dusk.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you for that. And then last thing, it was the only other thing, kind of, not the only other thing on the list that council or staff usually gives us kind of, hey, this is what's coming if you want to say anything. And that is the Friday night fish fries, which are going on everywhere right now. But I will mention, I did also make reservations for this coming Friday for a group of us going down there. But it's from 4:30 to 8 at the Cottage Grove, at the River Oaks Golf Course and Event Center. It's very good. A few of us were there about 2 weeks ago, I believe.
right,
And
yeah.
for the first night of it.
was
And
amazing.
the food was amazing. Staff is very, very, very good. I'm not saying just because it's a Cottage Grove-owned facility, but the fact is they do a really, really good job, and it was packed when we were there. So reservations are required, so it's easy. You just go onto the website. It's a simple process to get yourself reservations there. So whether it's there or the VFW or somewhere else in Cottage Grove, I encourage you to get out and support the local businesses. All right. So with that, the next item on our agenda is a workshop, which is open to the public, but we'll be doing that workshop in the training room. There are 2 items in our workshop this evening to share with the public. 13A is an ordinance amendment workshop that will be going over a variety of amendment or changes possibly to some of our ordinances that we're looking at in Cottage Grove or have in Cottage Grove. I think some of them, specifically, the public is going to be very happy about and we'll get to that more later. And then the other one is mill and overlay improvements to 95th Street and some lane reallocations. I've actually had somebody just recently reach out and ask me about 95th Street, so perfect timing that we're going to be discussing this right now. And there are no workshops closed to the public, so just for the public to be aware, we won't be adjourning in here, but do want to wish everybody a great evening and a nice warm weekend coming, it sounds like. So everybody take care, and again, we'll be moving to the training room.